I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where the spelling is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit.
God, man.
Damn, guys. Holy shit.
Ugh, golly. I don't know if they fucking roofied my Arizona, bro. I don't know if they put NyQuil in it, bro, but golly.
That's what I got.
My
That
God,
shit
bro.
sleeper, bro.
Yeah,
Holy
man.
fuck.
Shit. I don't know what they did. I don't know if they put something in my drink. I don't know what happened, but man,
Hey,
geez, I have no words, bro. I'm just tired.
that's what I got.
I'm just tired, bro. I don't, man.
Logan said that college football was boring. Did he miss anything on Raw, bro? I think Raw was more boring than whatever you were watching, man.
Dude,
God.
yes, man. What a snoozeful night, if I may I say myself. But what is going on, guys? We are back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. Another edition of Notorious Unscripted, man. And this is this is the 125th edition of Unscripted, man. If this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works, man. Every Monday we are on here with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday we are on here with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, also, if you guys did miss this past Thursday's edition of our very first special, the WrestleMania 39 match card fantasy booking, our very first edition of Flipping the Script, you guys can now watch both of those on all platforms, man. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. If you want to see it first, join us right here every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, and catch us whenever we're on with our editions of Flipping the Script, man. Again, if you guys do not know what that show is, that's going to be our show for the specials, such as, just fantasy bookings that deal with the time of year, or just all types of fun stuff, and also inviting guests on the show. We have some potential guests down the line that I think you guys will really enjoy. Some of you guys are even very familiar with on the channel, man. So, yes. So that is going to be the show where we do all that fun stuff, man. And again, if you guys did miss that and the news, Vince McMahon reinstated into WWE. You hear me and Sir K sound off on that situation. And the debut... we talked a little bit about the the New Japan debut of Mercedes Varnado, or Mercedes Moné. We talked a little bit about that, and we also talked a little bit about her possible AEW debut rumors, which we will heavily get into tonight. But yeah, man, so if you guys did miss those two, you guys can now watch those on all platforms. Again, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, again, join us right here every Friday and whenever we, at 4 p.m. Central, and or whenever we do the specials for you guys, man. So with that, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop, man. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this video, and it is also in either mine or Sir K's social media pages, man. And with that, man, you got all 8 designs here. The link is not hard to find whatsoever, man. And with that, all 8 designs here, you have the Notorious Heels Chicago flag design, you got the Chicago skyline design, you got the base logo design, the best kept secret to the IWC design, the scratch logo, the only community that matters, the uncrowned kings of the IWC, the Biggie inspired shirt, and the Christmas shirt, man. So all 8 of these designs available in more than just a t-shirt are live on the merch shop right now, man. Also in either mine or Sir K's social media pages. And again, it is also on the top of the description of this very video, man. So with that, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
Going good, man. Going good. Just been chilling out, man. Been pretty normal lately. Today was just another normal day, man. Another normal day. Had to watch a boring ass episode of Raw. But other than that, man, it's been normal, bro. It's been normal. Durante, he's really here to ask. How's life? How's the family? He'll probably be here soon, if not in the replay, man. But life's good, man. The family's good. How about everybody in chat, Logan? How you doing, man? And what about you, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good, man. I said, I don't know if you guys caught it because we went out. I said, man, I don't know if somebody put NyQuil in my Arizona or what the case was, bro. But, I mean, of course there were aspects to Monday Night Raw that were good, but a lot of it felt very boring. I will lie. That's good, man. That's good. I'm glad you got your car fixed,
That's good,
Logan.
Logan.
So
Hell yeah.
it felt very boring. We'll definitely get into that. I will be honest. Today, I just didn't really, I wasn't, I mean, after Friday, man, you almost kind of feel, at least for me, I almost kind of felt coming into this day, like, I just wasn't really in the mood to watch any WWE wrestling. It really kills your vibe, man. It really kills your vibe. I mean, Raw has always been a tough watch, but under Triple H, it felt a lot less like a chore and more so like a drag, which neither are good. But if I were to choose one, I would choose the drag, because the chore,
Oh yeah,
you know,
it's a fucking chore.
yes, the chore, nobody likes chores, man. But a drag, I'd rather deal with the drag than the chore. So, but man, after hearing that news on Friday, bro, it doesn't kill my love, but it kills it kind of kills my WWE love, if you will, because it's just, I said it on Friday, man, but it's kind of demoralizing. It kind of is, man. So
Definitely, man. Definitely, there's a sense of imminence for about something, man. It don't feel too good, man.
hmm yeah, definitely, bro, definitely. However, we're gonna start you guys off on a good note. Before we get into Dynamite, we're gonna talk a little bit about just the stuff that we can't really mention, and there's honestly only one thing. How about, I know it was a while ago at this point, but how about Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, bro?
That shit was heat, bro. That shit was a
Whew.
classic. And I heard either Kenny or Will, he said that that wasn't their 100%. Like, bro, if that ain't your 100%, what is?
That, without a doubt, is a nominee at the very least. A nominee for a match of the year on January 4th, I think it was. If that doesn't tell you enough, well, I mean, we got a whole year
Literally.
ahead of us, and I'm willing to confidently say, unless we have a year like last year in terms of match quality,
Yeah.
I mean, that was a fucking banger, man. That was a fucking banger. We had all of us in the Discord, man, and all of us were just fucking in shock, bro. At what we were watching. And then we also got to see the debut of Mercedes Moné, which was very, very cool, man. Very cool to see her change the game yet again. Everybody knows, man, if you're talking the greatest women's match of all time, you got to be talking about the match that changed the game, bro. You got to be talking about Sasha Banks and Bayley. So it was very cool to see her yet again go in there and change the game. So awesome to see, bro. Awesome to see. And you know, I'm excited to see her. I'm excited to see her. Set the standard for a brand new division, and a division that should be prestigious, being that it is New Japan. So I'm excited for Mercedes, man. It was a really awesome debut. I don't really care what anybody else says. I see what people say. Sasha Botch or she came out to no reaction. Blah 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 blah. Those people only watch WWE. I'll just say that.
Like, literally, man. It, not only do they not usually react like that, New Japan fans, but apparently I learned they literally can't yell
Yeah,
and chant stuff in their crowds until I think for like another couple months or something.
yeah,
So, like, what did you go do? Break the law? What the fuck? Like, come on, bro. And
yeah.
that debut was awesome in
It
every
was.
way, man. And it was it. I can't wait for the rest of it, man.
Absolutely, man. And she did say in her little, post match press conference thing that they do in New Japan, she
Mhm.
did say this was stop one.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, she's not going to Impact. She's not going to GCW. There's probably only two other stops for her to make. One, Ring of Honor, because
Hmm.
Ring of Honor is Ring of Honor. A majority of us grew up on Ring of Honor, and her especially, I'm sure, grew up in the prime years of Ring of Honor. So,
Oh, yeah.
and I mean, come on, bro. Come on. Where's the other stop? I mean, WWE could say all they want to. She's just trying to get this out of her system. She said that for a reason. She said this is stop one for a reason. Stop two isn't right back home. You know what I mean? She's gonna do a little bit more traveling before she goes back home, and it could even be in 2 days' time, man. So, yes, but I thought Wrestle Kingdom was a great show. I thought Jay White and Okada told a great story in their match, although it was a little tiring. I feel I felt personally I felt tired after the Omega and Ospreay match. I kind of, I think we were hitting about the 5 a.m. mark, so I kind of put all I had into that in terms of my energy. So by the time that match came on, I didn't really give it all that I could have in terms of investment and stuff. But regardless, they still put on another great match for those two, man, as those two are destined to fight forever, man. And Switchblade showed a little bit of respect after that match. He hugged Okada and then he walked off, man. So it was Okada was even kind of looking at him a little weird, but man, Okada's a star. I've really came a long way from Okada. I used to think he was incredibly overrated.
Sort of good.
But once you watch his work for what it really is, he's really a star. He's fantastic. And Jay White is Jay White, man. He's probably my favorite guy in New Japan. It might be Will Ospreay now, but it's a toss up, man. It's a toss up. But other than that, man, I mean, the rest of the show was pretty solid, I thought.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Well, most of the show was pretty good show, man. The highlights, obviously, Kenny and Ospreay, the Mercedes debut, man. And I didn't catch the main event because I went to bed because it was like 5:30 in the morning before it started. So I was like, I'm going to fucking bed, man. But
Yeah.
I heard it was all right, man. I heard it was a main event.
It was. And then the icing on top of the cake, man, was Carl Anderson botching a cutter for his own boy to win the never open weight title. What do you know? He pulled up with his OC shirt and everything.
He did, bro. And you ain't never gonna see him in the fucking Impact in fucking New Japan again, bro.
Yeah, it might see him in Impact again, man, if he gets fired again. However, FTR also lost the tag belts, man. They lost the New Japan, the IWGP Tag Team Championships, bro. FTR is officially beltless. You know what? I was listening to episode 2 of FTR with Dax, and I will say, I have thoroughly enjoyed the listen thus far. It hasn't been your typical wrestler podcast where they just go on there and bury everybody and don't teach you about anything. I like to be informed. I love me some podcasts, bro. That's why we have our own. But he was saying on there, the original plan, he did confirm that the original plan was for the Bucks and FTR to do a winner take all match at All Out, and he did admit to saying that he was pretty upset. And he talked a lot about how he pays attention to AEW's bigger picture, and he looks at things on how they're going to affect the company and not just himself. And it's really crazy to see because just a couple weeks ago, we were talking about rumors of this guy potentially leaving AEW, and we have some interesting news on Friday about some people being upset with him, which is very interesting for his episode 1, the CM Punk episode. But he did say, and I can appreciate this was the whole point of me bringing this up, he talked about on there how they were supposed to give them the AEW Tag Team Championships, like I said, at All Out. He was down to do it, but once that passed by and they didn't get the chance to do it because they went with Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed instead, he said that after the opportunity passed them up, he said he wanted to put the Acclaimed over because they were the most over act. And he also said he didn't want the AEW tag belts because he didn't want people to think that they were being shoved down their throats. Wow.
Look
wow. A talent looking at things logically. You know, for the longest time, we always hear, well, what do you expect him to say? What is he supposed to say? No? Well,
Sometimes, yeah.
if you look at things from a logical perspective, sometimes, yeah. And you know how much more respect Tony Khan is going to have for FTR in the long run because they were willing to take a step back and put the company before furthering their own career?
Literally, man, a lot of these wrestlers don't understand that doing stuff like that will benefit them in a company in the future, man.
Mm-hmm.
That build relationships and trust, man, doing stuff like that.
No
So,
question.
and FTR know it, bruh, and that's good to see, man.
It's so good to see. It's so good to hear. I will say, I was a little skeptical at first, like I said, because when a lot of wrestlers get podcasts, they genuinely just go on there and bury everybody. But it's been a good listen. It's been a good listen. So, regardless, I mean, watch us before him, but who am I? But regardless,
Exactly.
so AEW Dynamite, man. AEW Dynamite, bro. First things first. No new theme music. How you feeling, bro?
Not a fan of that aspect, man. It's not the end of the fucking world. It's not like it's fucking War Pigs or something, yeah, War Pigs or something, but like,
Or
it really
Johnny
would have
Gar-
been nice.
or Johnny Gargano's theme song being sung by a male. Yep.
It's really bad. It's really bad, but
Oh,
it's definitely not as bad as those, man. It's something that's annoying, but like at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter.
yeah.
Um, New intro looks good, man. Uh, Other than that, man, I would have changed the theme song, but I guess they're gonna go with like the Fuse still, just a new remix of it, even though I didn't even hear what was different, to be honest.
So, um, they the reason I don't mind it is because honestly, a lot of times through the show, they don't even play the song. Whenever they're doing
Oh,
like their B-roll shots, they just play the instrumental of it, you know? So they only really play the song in the intro, but it really, I mean, it really, I mean, it really makes for a worse intro. I mean, the song isn't really that good. Um, you
oh,
know,
people love it. I think it's the most mid thing ever.
Yeah, I mean I mean it's mid at best. It really is. It's mid at best. I think you know I know rock music isn't really their identity. That's more of like an NXT thing. But I would experiment with a little. Well, I mean they kind of have rock now. Kind of like I don't even know what you would call that.
It's just music, I guess. I don't even know what you would call it, but like
I
some 80s, bro. They
I
gotta go some 80s.
Yeah, I would experiment with I would experiment with some rock if I was them. I mean, I know that's like Black and Gold's identity, but I would experiment with maybe a little bit of different rock, if you will. Um, but yeah, man, I definitely would. I definitely would because yeah, I mean, it's just I think it was time for a change. You know, I think it was time for a change, and however. We didn't get a change of ring. We didn't get a change of ring apron. We didn't get a change of ring ropes. We didn't really get a change of much, ring stuff ever. But again, we never have. The most we've got, is, when AEW had like the bright colors, and then they kind of took it down to like that navy blue with like the red hints in there. That's kind of the only changes we've ever got. But this time we got, we showed you guys the pictures, man. We got red and blue. We got a red and blue aesthetic. Almost kind of like our colors except a little darker blue. And would you
They're
what
gonna
did
watch
you
too much
th-
of us.
yeah, what did you think about it, man? I mean, we did get a new stage also. That was the big component. Instead of the two tunnels, which I felt was very played out. I felt that was
Oh
very
yeah.
played out. I felt it looked kind of old. I felt like that was a wrestling set that we would see back in the day, and that's fine. But I think it could have been a little more modernized, and I think that's what they did. So instead of having two tunnels, there's one walkway in the middle, but they still use heels come from the left side of the Tron, baby faces come from the right. So I really like that aspect of it a lot. And yeah, it was pretty much just 6 big video panels, man. But they look great. They look great, man. So how are you feeling about the new stage and the new presentation for Dynamite?
I like it, man. I really like it. I love that stage. I think it's a really good one, man. I like how it's not the tunnels, but it's still the same system, which I really like. I think that's really good, man. I think they really were able to, go with both. And I like it a lot, man. I like what they did there with the new stage and everything, man.
Definitely, man. And not to mention, this was from a production stance a great episode of AEW Dynamite. This is probably the best. This episode was probably the best I've ever seen their production, and that is thanks to Michael Mansuri, man. He uh, he knocked it out the park, man. This seemed like his big debut, and I really think he knocked it out the park on all levels. There was some new cool camera angles that we got in there, so that was really nice. That was really nice to see that upgrade on the announce table, man. I mean, they look fucking great now.
They look great up there, man. They used to look like shit
Oh, they
compared to
did.
how it is now, but I love the way it looks, man. I love the two screens, man, and I really like it, man.
There's,
It was the best episode of Dynamite of the year so
yeah,
far.
it's only been one episode, but it was the best. So,
One by default.
so yeah, man. So this show also, we talk about a production level. I think from a booking level as well. I think this show was another. I'm not gonna say it was their most focused show ever, but I think it was one of their better, shows in terms of focus. Man, I mean, this show. If you were to give this episode of Dynamite a title, it would be Future.
Yeah.
They focused heavily on the future of this company and made it to where it seemed like this was a new era for AEW. Good, man. It was very good. So yes, great from a production standpoint. I really liked I really liked like I said, what they did in terms of production. You can hear me, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I really like what they did.
Yeah.
I really like what they did in terms of their production and stuff like that, man. I thought they did a really good job. So this show opened up with the GOAT, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, man. He opens the show. Man, and they actually opened the show with a match. They opened it with Jericho versus Ricky Starks. And man, uh, All right, I apologize for that again. Seems like a common fucking theme with my luck. And yes. Okay. So yes, so we open the show. We open the show with Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks, man, and I have to say, Chris Jericho, fucking Chris Jericho, man. I could leave it at that. Dude, this man started this year the same way his 2022 went. I mean, just a banger in the open of Dynamite, bro. The first AEW Dynamite of the year. The first thing we see on Dynamite, man, Jericho versus Ricky Starks. These guys knocked it out the park, man. They really knocked it out the park. And Jericho puts on another banger, which, you know, I'm not even going to say it, man, because I don't want to jinx him. But I will say this. His year is starting off great already, man. It started off with a banger. And I'm really intrigued to see what kind of story he's telling here, because if I know Chris Jericho, I would know that he has some ace up his sleeve, and there is something he's going to do with this losing streak of his, man.
Yeah, man. I'm curious to see how he turns it around, man, and what it turns into. I'm very curious, man, because like I said, he always has a plan for something. So that's really intriguing with that, man. But great opening Dynamite, man. I love it. Jericho starting off the year great. Let's hope it's another great year, man. And let's hope it's a great year for Ricky Starks too, man. I hope so.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. So Ricky Starks fends off Magic and Parker on the outside, hits Jericho with a spear, which his spear wins this match of the opening match of AEW Dynamite, bro. The JAS come out, they jump Ricky Starks, man, and Action Andretti comes out with a chair to fend off the Jericho Appreciation Society. They eventually get the upper hand, and they beat up him, Starks and Andretti, and they put Ricky Starks through a table on the outside, another one of those Jake Hager table spots. And yeah, man, that was the open to Dynamite, and it was pretty damn good, man. It was pretty damn good. Jericho starts it off telling his story again, but again, I stress, Ricky Starks picks up a victory in the open of Dynamite against Chris Jericho. Awesome.
Awesome. Definitely, man. Great way to start the year off for both of them, man.
Absolutely, man. So, next up we got Adam Hangman Page. He came out to the ring to address the live crowd. What a concept. He comes out to the ring to address the live crowd and to let them know his medical status regarding next week and the Forum. He said, as of today, he's not clear how. They looked over at Doc Samson for confirmation. He gave him the thumbs up, and Jon Moxley comes out, man. Jon Moxley comes out, bro. Dude, they did a cool thing with production here. I seen some people online pick up on this, but they did a really cool thing with production here where they shot Jon Moxley from behind instead of shooting him from the front, and it made for a really cool look. I mean, I do like when they film him, front facing too, but it made him look pretty badass when they filmed him from behind. It looked really cool, man. It looked really cool. And Jon Moxley goes out there and he tries cutting his promo, just kind of just like we do every Monday night. He tries getting a sentence out, and for him it wasn't Xfinity, but for him it was the sound production. It was the sound production. He's trying to cut his promo, and the live audience starts chanting, "We can't hear you." John
There you
Moxley
go.
walks over to this crew member, grabs another mic. He goes to put the mic up to his mouth, and you could hear him. Crowd pops, and then his mic goes out again. Almost kind of what happens to us every Monday again. So
Love.
Moxley,
I could hear him just say, "What the fuck?" when
dude,
the Sunday happened, bro. That shit was hilarious.
his mic goes out, and you just hear the one of the
Camera
mics
mic.
picked it up. I think it was the camera mic picked it up, and you just hear him say, "What the fuck?" And dude, it was so funny, bro. It was so funny.
I love it.
He's walking around, production's getting their stuff together, and he grabs the mic. He says, "Let's get this show on the road." And he said, "You know what? I'm tired." He told Hangman he was tired of him. He said he's tired of Hangman. He's tired of Hangman, getting upset with him for just doing his job. And he told Hangman, and as a matter of fact, I'm not sorry for it. And, if I have to do it again, I will. And this time, I'll make sure you're not getting back up. So Hangman grabs the mic and he says, "Do you think I was mad because you knocked me out?" He said, "That's not why I was mad at all. I was mad because of how you went about it, your attitude about it, pretty much." So that was the basis of this promo, man. It was so good. It was so good. I really don't understand how people say Adam Page is a mid promo. I really enjoy him as a promo a lot. I really do.
I swear, man, I never understood that. I really never have, man. But he's great on the fucking mic, and that was a great promo, man.
Mm-hmm.
And even from the production stuff, like with the camera work from John Moxley, that was really nice to see, man. It was like a cool, like, crowd perspective of his entrance, man, and pop. So that was really good. What's up, Durante,
Yo,
man?
what up, Durante? How's it going, bro?
How's it going, man? It's been good for me, man. What about you?
Same here,
But
man. What about you, brother?
hell yeah. But yeah, man. I thought it was really good. Really good, just segment all around, man. From the entrances to the promo itself, I thought it was really good, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, after this, we get Logan's favorite. No, not Danhausen. Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal and Jeff fucking Jarrett, man.
Ugh.
We have Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. We get this awful. It just reminded me of some WWE stuff. You remember they used to do it for the Big Show a lot when they would mix his theme songs with other people's.
Yep.
Well,
Oh,
this
so bad.
consisted of the beginning of his song literally cut to Jay Lethal, or cut to what's his face, he would cut to Jay Lethal's song, then it would just cut to Jeff Jarrett's, then it cut to Jay Lethal's again, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal. No, man, you like no.
Man,
Nah.
you said Jay Lethal,
You
man.
said Jay
Pretty sure you
Lethal
said.
that night. You said you were so excited for Okada versus Jay Lethal.
Really classic.
That was another classic from Manager Logan. So, regardless, we all know who you were talking about, Logan. I know you want to be cool and say Jay White, but we all know who you were really talking about, man. I'll just leave it at that. So, the Acclaim come out, do their rap. Max Caster, after Jeff Jarrett went off on Max Caster. I don't know if he was working or not. He went off on Max Caster for bringing up his wife. Dude, get over it, bro. That's your payback for not giving Matt Hardy his gimmick back in 2017, Mr. Jarrett.
Exactly. Dickhead.
Get over it, bro. We all know how Max Caster is, dude. I mean, yeah. I mean,
You're never
please.
wrong.
So the Acclaim come out, and what does Max Caster do? What is the first thing Max Caster says? He brings up his wife getting canceled more than Skip Bayless. He talked about blaming Dixie Carter for all of his L's, bro. Max Caster is a
Damn.
gem, and he absolutely went in on Jeff Jarrett here. And did you hear what he said to him at Battle at the Belts?
I did not actually. What did he say?
And I quote, Jeff Jarrett is worse. And you remember what news broke on Friday. Jeff Jarrett is worse than Vince McMahon. Bro,
Damn. Hey, God,
I
his ass.
I love I love Max Caster, bro. I mean, dude, he's just too good, bro. He's too good. So this match was entertaining because of the crowd. The crowd really made this match because Jeff Jarrett, hate him or love him, I'm kind of, I don't really hate the guy, but he's not my
Why
favorite. You
is
know
he
what I
on
mean?
TV?
Exactly. I mean, I don't like
Just one of those things.
yeah, like I don't really despise Jeff Jarrett, but hate him or love him, man's is a fucking heat magnet, bro. I mean, he had this crowd going, man. So I could see, why they put him in this situation, but I also see why this is and I'm leaning more towards this side, why it was just absolutely stupid to have these guys kind of really be the Acclaim's first feud as champs, other than the people that they won the titles from. So, however, I have a major problem here. The Acclaimed cannot pick up a victory without using a roll-up, bro. I mean, every single fucking time they defend these championships, I mean, against FTR, it was a roll-up victory. Against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, it was a roll-up victory. When they defended the titles from Swerve and Our Glory at Full Gear, it was basically a 2-on-1 situation. I mean, dude, then again, I don't know. I didn't watch Battle of the Belts. I hope they got the clean victory on Battle of the Belts because, but the thing is, more people are watching Dynamite. So put the best showcase for the Acclaimed on Dynamite. I mean, I don't know why you didn't do Battle of the Belts first, have the Acclaim get the roll-up victory on there, have Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, complain, and then do that rematch where the Acclaimed get the pinfall victory at the Forum in LA this Wednesday. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't understand why this is so hard, and I really have kind of grown to have a bit of an issue with this, bro. I don't understand how you can expect to, build on these guys if they don't look like they're getting convincing victories.
Good. That's good, Hogan, man. But
They did.
it's something that
Okay, that's
all these
good.
companies do, man. If your gimmick isn't based around, if your popularity isn't based around you being great in the ring, then you never win by legitness in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do it all the time. Sure. If, like, in terms of comparing, if you're not a Young Bucks or FTR, you got to roll it up to win. Like, nah, bruh. Everybody's here is good in the ring, bruh. Embrace that. Just let them win clean, bruh. I don't like that stuff that they always do, man. But man, I did not like that stuff they did, man. I didn't like the initial loss into re-winning or
Mm-hmm.
keeping the titles. Who knows how that even works, man? But thought that was pretty lame. And I don't know, man. This just isn't a great feud to start them off with their titles, man.
No.
It is really not.
Yeah, and I hope Tony Khan got the memo, and I hope Saturday is the last we see or Friday rather. I hope it's really the last we see of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett against the Acclaim because, dude, you have so many teams that you can. And the Acclaimed are such good storytellers in the ring, bro. I mean, you look back to All Out, Anthony Bowens was selling the injury. You know, it genuinely felt like the Acclaimed were fighting for their fucking lives out there.
Bro.
It genuinely felt like they were willing themselves up with their very last breath every single time they would get up. And I mean that too. It genuinely felt like they were fighting for their fucking lives out there, and that's what made it so good, bro. I mean, they just told a great story, bro. I mean, they're such good storytellers in the ring. I don't know why you have to go the route of Lethal and Jarrett winning the belts for like 5 seconds and then doing the referee reverse. And, I don't know why we just can't have them win, man. I really don't.
I really don't, man. I hate that stuff. I really do.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it, bro. So, that was that, man. We move on to the next segment. Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker are in the back. They're doing another sit-down interview with Tony Schiavone. Another one added on the list.
Yeah.
Bro, every single week, Hayter and Soraya's feud, or Baker and Soraya's feud, pretty much for the most part, are just video package. This has just been a video package feud the whole time.
I swear to God, even if it's a sit-down interview, at least put them in the ring to do it for once a week.
Put people in front of the live crowd, bro. You save the backstage vignettes or the backstage videos for those cool-ass little Darby Allin promos that he gives you, filming by him. You save it for the stuff that just looks visually cool as shit. Something that is different. Not just fucking 3 chairs and Tony Schiavone in one of them and 2 women in the other. And they're just sitting there just talking about the same shit every week.
Like, come on, bro.
So, regardless, Baker, for once, told the world, this is your leader to the women's division. This is your champion, Jamie Hayter. She is at the pinnacle of this women's division. I genuinely never thought I would hear those words out of her mouth. However, I think Dax needs to talk to her about putting the company before herself. Because I genuinely never, or maybe he did, because I genuinely never would have thought I ever heard those words out of her mouth. However,
no.
She starts talking about, how they're, this is a pretty cool nickname, the Pillar and the Killer. Pretty cool. Jamie Hayter's the Killer. I like that. And Britt is the Pillar, if you will.
It's fire.
So, pretty cool. She said something in here, and the interesting interview, I believe, is the one that comes up right next. So, Britt Baker said in here, after she got done putting Jamie Hayter over, that couldn't last too long. She said, "One thing Saraya doesn't get is I'm the boss of this woman's division." Who is a boss? Who was a boss? Who was the boss? Bro.
That raised some questions, man. I like that. I like that little hint.
So, the look at Jamie Hayter after. Did she give her a look? I didn't even catch that. Let me see. Interesting. Very interesting. So, was it right after? Oh, it wasn't right after. My apologies. Well, what was after was a Jungle Boy. It was a Jungle Boy promo where he pretty much says, for one night only, Lee Moriarty and Big Bill Who the fuck gave him that name, bro?
Dude, who came
Where
up with that
you
goddamn
can't
name?
tell me, for the people that were chanting, we don't want Enzo, or no, we don't, you cannot tell me you think that he fits better in the the firm than he does with Enzo. Give
Literally.
Enzo a second chance. Mans did nothing wrong. He did
I swear to God.
nothing wrong, bro.
Get him on TV, bro. Put him with Big Cass, not Big Bill. Big Cass.
Yes. Man, give Enzo and Cass a second chance. Give Enzo a second chance, dude. I really don't understand the hate for Enzo. People, I genuinely think in this day and age, people just need to fucking understand that not everybody has to be fucking Claudio Castagnoli in the ring.
Really?
Enzo wasn't the best wrestler. That wasn't his bread and butter, bro. Any one of those promos he cut, straight fucking fire. You can't tell me. He got himself over solely on his talking ability. I mean, come on, bro.
Exactly. Come on.
So we go into the next match. Tony Nese versus Bryan Danielson, man. We got Danielson out there. Man, this match lasted a whopping 4 minutes with Danielson kicking my man's head in and sending him home packing, pretty much. That was the story of Tony Nese for tonight. I don't know what he's calling his new submission. It's like a STF Gargano Escape combo. That's kind of what it looks like. But it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Tony fucking Nese, man. I mean, he fucking got buried in 4 minutes, man. He got sent home, man. I hope he doesn't return. But, man, you're not like that guy.
Tony Nese, man.
That man was just boring.
He came out there to do the job.
Borley just did his job, bro. That's all he was ever good for.
So MJF, Bryan Danielson calls out MJF after MJF starts telling Danielson he looks like a goat, and he says he's not telling him that because he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, because he's not, says MJF. It is because out here in Washington, MJF knows that Danielson's mom probably couldn't find any male suitors. In other words, implying that she fucked a goat to make Bryan Danielson. Bro, what is wrong with MJF, bro?
Yeah, man, a menace.
So Danielson grabs the mic and he says, you know what, that's funny, because I hear a lot of the guys talking in the back, and, you know, I think that your mom has a lot of male suitors, actually, and I think a lot of the boys in the back are some of them. And then he says, he looks at the live crowd and he says, raise your hands if you guys are MJF's mother's male suitors. And of course, everybody in the fucking audience raises their hands as MJF's absolutely losing his shit. And he says to Danielson, this is so good. He says to Danielson, he says, you know what? If you want a title shot, you know, I'm known to be giving to have my opponents jump through quite a few hoops. Danielson says, no, I'm not going to do it. He immediately cuts him off and he says, no, I'm not going to do it. And MJF's looking at him like, what? Because usually everybody's, you know, like, you know, I'll do what I have to do. And then MJF says, all right, how about this? I talked to that nerd, Tony Khan, in the back.
You call his fucking boss a nerd.
Tony, I love to see Tony Khan's face when MJF does these kinds of things, bro. So he says,
I love it.
So he says, I talked to that nerd, Tony Khan, in the back, and I told him all you have to do is win all of your matches until February 8th, and you get to fight me for the Triple B at Revolution. Danielson again says, no, I'm not going to do it. And then Danielson says, you know what? I will do it if you let me choose the stipulation. MJF says, no, why would I ever do that? So Danielson says, are you scared? Are you scared? And then he says, well, the match that I want, and he asks MJF, he says, well, you are the best, you think you're the best wrestler on the planet, correct? MJF says, yes. So he goes, okay, so at Revolution, your cheating antics won't be able to help you because I swear I thought he was going to say a submission match.
Oh, shit.
He tells MJF, you versus me at Revolution in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Bro.
Yeah, this shit gonna be nuts.
Dude. Oh, I am so excited for that, bro. I am so excited. MJF and Danielson, bro, are about to tear the fucking house down. And Bryan Danielson, bro, I don't know if we got to call this dude Mr. 60 Minutes or the Iron Man. I don't know what we got to call him. Danielson is about to put on another hour-long classic. I love a good Iron. I'm not really a fan of the 30-minute Iron Man match because it's very common. It's very common for matches to go towards the 20-minute mark, you know, but an hour sets the stakes so high, and I love if it's two good people I enjoy, sign me up all day for a 60-minute Iron Man match. I mean, I love that idea, and it is going to be so good. However, AEW, bro, absolutely needs to start this fucking pay-per-view an hour before they normally do because, oh shit, that's going to be long.
It's going to be a long-ass fucking pay-per-view, man.
Yes.
That's my only concern, man. But other than that,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds fun as hell, man. I love Iron Man matches. It's Daniel fucking Bryan Danielson, man. MJF. That shit about to be heat for the pull the fucking Jim Ross. But that shit about to be heat, man. And I really can't wait for that, man. I really can't. I'm very excited for that, man.
Dude, I really am. I really am, bro. It's going to be so good. It is going to be so good. So MJF says no. MJF says, my bad. I just botched that whole thing. MJF says no. Danielson says, are you scared? Do you not believe you're the best wrestler in the world? Crowd starts messing with MJF, and MJF gives in. He goes, okay, you got it. But you are not going to beat the guys that I have in store for you. So Danielson says, you know what, MJF, I'm not going to beat the guys that you have in store for me. I am going to run through each and every single one of them. Again, I love Bryan Danielson more than I ever loved Daniel Bryan. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, 1,000,000%, man. And before he left, man, Daniel Bryan was just the same thing he always was, man. Just the yes guy. The great wrestler, the yes guy. He was great, but it really wasn't special anymore. That heel one was really special. That vegan heel run, that was really, really good. But in terms of but in terms of babyface, it was just nothing special.
It grew stale.
It grew real stale, man. But
that's why the heel run was so refreshing.
Exactly, man. But him and AEW is just so good.
I just love how he's just like a fucking ass kicker. Like, it's just because he's so good, it just fits him so well. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for this. I am so excited. So that is how that ends. That is how that ends, man. And yes, the Revolution is looking to be pretty fucking cool, man. It's looking to be pretty cool. Man.
I can't wait.
One of next one of my and not lying at all when I say this, one of my favorite parts of AEW Dynamite as of lately, the Mogul affiliates. As you could tell, I'm not lying at all. I love this group. Bro, Swerve faced AR Fox here. He beat AR Fox rather quickly. This was kind of just another match because Swerve is from Washington. He beats AR Fox here. I believe he beat him with the help of Parker and they were calling him this unnamed freak.
Dude, they're gonna give him the goofiest fucking name in the world.
You fucking know it, dude. They
Dude.
are, bro.
You're about to give him some generic tough guy name, some generic biker name or some shit, or just something fucking stupid, bro. If they named Big Cass, Big Bill, dude, God fucking knows what they're gonna call this fucking dork.
Bro, Mogul affiliates is not it at all. I mean, Swerve in a group would work so well if it wasn't just him carrying the group. What does that sound like? Hit Row. I mean, come on.
Oh, exactly. Like, I hate when a group is basically just one guy because he's cool that has a bunch of guys backing him up.
That have
Like,
nothing
it's
to
not
do.
exactly like I love factions where everybody carries their own weight, man. Everybody, every member is a valuable piece to that group, and individually, they're all great. The UE had that. All of them were great. The Blackpool Combat
I was
Club
going to
has
say,
that.
what about our winners for Faction of the Year? That is exactly what you just described.
The Blackpool Combat Club have that. Fucking, depending on the era of the Bullet Club, they always had that. The Elite. Look at the mainstays of the Elite. Young Bucks, Kenny, Cody, Hangman,
Marty.
arguably Marty. All of them could carry their own weight, man. Now Marty carried a little more, but that's up to the Puerto Rican police to deal with, man. But they all carried their own weight. Same with the UE. All those guys carried their own weight. But a group like this, it's just Swerve. And we all know Parker Bordeaux, and I think he's cool. I like the guy. But, like, don't put him in a group like this. You know what I
He's just
mean?
not ready for the spot yet.
No, not in this level of spot,
He has
man.
so much potential. I'll give him that. You know, he really does. But I mean, this is literally Hit Row 2.0. And I seen a lot of people saying this on Twitter, and it's so true. Why couldn't you put him with a team like Private Party?
That would have been perfect, man. That would have been so perfect. He could have got them serious. They could have had a good ass fucking. I think they're technically heels. I don't know. They might be, but like he could have like turned them into like actual heels. But
yeah, I mean,
man,
at this point with Private Party, it's like, what are they even really? And who gives a shit?
Exactly, bruh. He can make them legit, bruh. It'd be a great pairing of the three of them, man.
So great.
That's it. That's what a faction should be right there. But you look at a group like this, Swerve is amazing. Parker, he's got potential. He's all right. And then you got a fucking third guy who's just
freak.
A guy.
Was it fucking Lars Sullivan? Was it Lars Sullivan with fucking tattoos all over his face, man? Why are they calling him the freak? This big freak. What?
Fuck, man. But, like, that's not a group, bro. It's just a carry job. It's just a guy with it's basically just Swerve with two bodyguards. Might as well just bring them at bodyguards at this point.
Yeah, at that point. I mean, Private Party can wrestle. It will get them on fucking television. I mean, you know, and they kind of match that like they kind of match that that feel of Swerve. Swerve likes to play himself out like he's a celebrity, like he's a big deal. Private Party
That was a
is
party.
Private Party. They are the VIPs of their party, man. I mean, they are, again, they are these guys that are supposed to be meant to feel like a big feel group, like they are hot shit. That is what they think about themselves. Same thing with Swerve. I think it would mesh really well together, and I would fucking take Private Party tenfold over these two idiots, man. I mean, well, one idiot, really. I mean, again, I really do see potential in Parker, but I mean, these guys serve no value to this group. Let's just be
Exactly.
honest.
It's not a group. It's just a guy with bodyguards. And even though I don't like Rick Ross showing up with fucking Swerve, it would make so much more sense look-wise if it was Private Party there instead. Because they'd be a private party. Who's a guy who would be at a private party? Rick Ross, man. Even though I don't care for him being on TV, it makes way more sense if
Yeah,
they were with him instead of these two.
absolutely. But yeah, man, I mean, Private Party have been jokes since they've
Jokes.
signed with this company, dude. I mean, they have been jokes. They have been jokes, bro. You put them at Swerve, their ring styles even match each other, and they can be legitimized. For the longest time, Private Party, one of the premier tag teams in AEW, have just been looked at as two jokes. Two jokes
Exactly.
curtain jerking with Matt Hardy, bro. I mean,
Literally.
it's
And
it's frustrating, man.
Logan says he likes the idea of him having bodyguards, and I like it. And hey, you could keep Parker
You
in
could
the group.
absolutely.
He could be the muscle. He could be the bodyguard of the party, of the VIP group, which that could be their group instead of the fucking mogul affiliates, which I have no idea what the fuck that is. First of all, they could be the VIPs. They could have something related to what their style is, bruh. And Parker would be the perfect bodyguard of the group, the perfect muscle. And then you just got the fucking freak over there.
Oh my fucking Lars Sullivan and shit. That was his
Fucking
way
Mitch
back in the
Bennett.
business.
I swear to God,
Just
bro, just
tattoo
got
his
tatted up.
face.
Like, you got fucking Mitch Bennett over there just acting like a weirdo. Like, it would just make so much more sense if you didn't have this new random guy here. You had Private Party there. You still have Parker Bordeaux in there. And that's a good ass group right there. It fits what they are. Boom. But, like, I don't know what they're doing now, man. I don't think I like it.
I don't either. I don't like the feel of this group. And yeah, I'm not, again, I agree with you 100%. I think you could keep Parker in the group, but I also think Swerve doesn't deserve to be in a group where he just has two dudes behind him. I mean, it's not a group. It's just
No,
not a fucking
it's
group.
not faction,
It's just Swerve with two managers, pretty much. You know.
basically.
Um, and again, if Parker's not ready, why didn't you put him in the why did you put him in the spot now? Why couldn't you wait till he was ready, you know, debut him when the mogul affiliates are up against a real challenge? You know what I mean? They're up
Exactly.
against a real challenge and they need the ace up their sleeve, and it's him, the big muscle of the group. I think he would have worked. I really think mogul affiliates should be Swerve, Private Party, and eventually down the line you could do Parker Bordeaux when he's ready. But again, if he can't wrestle, I know we all like him and we all think he's got great potential. But if he's not ready now, he's not ready now. It's
You
just how
fucking
it is.
kidding.
Not saying he won't be there because I think he
Exactly.
will. But yeah,
Like,
man, just
be
now's
patient,
not the
man.
time.
Like, exactly.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Swerve picked up the victory here, and he just, yeah, that was it. He just picked up the victory, and they got the camera shot of him just looking at AR Fox while he's standing there with Parker Bordeaux and that big freak. So,
It'd be such a good starter feud for that group, too. Private Party and Swerve versus Top Flight and AR Fox. That
that would
sounds
be
like an
awesome.
amazing feud right there.
Yes, that would be fantastic. That would be a great way to get them over. All right, man. Arguably the most interesting part of the show. We have, yet again, another sit-down interview with Saraya. She's
Good
standing
Lord,
there with Toni Storm, and she is standing there with Hikaru Shida. She's got Shida on one side, Toni on the other. Renee asks her, "We want to know, the world wants to know, who is your partner going to be next week?" And she says, "You know what? No matter where I look around, I know one thing. I'm surrounded by some of the best women on the planet. I have Toni Storm on one hand, and I have you on the other." She did not even refer to Hikaru Shida as her by her name. Toni
no.
Storm
It's
and
her.
you're good too. That's how I
Yeah,
feel about Hikaru Shida, man.
oh
Well,
God, I don't see the hype.
I mean, bruh. when you look at the other Japanese women that have come over to America, I just don't find her very interesting. I think she's better than
No.
Riho, but
Oh yeah,
not really
but
saying much. Um,
yeah, like you're saying better. It's like saying you're better than fucking Tony Nese. I mean, no shit. Who isn't?
exactly, man. So Soraya says, no matter where I go, I know I'm going to be surrounded by some of the best female talent, and one of them is actually sitting right next to me, and it's Toni. She announces Toni as her partner for next week and starts game planning in front of fucking Hikaru Shida, and Shida's sitting there looking at Renee doing this shit. She's looking there at her
Yeah,
doing this, and Renee's looking at Shida like, "Damn, bruh, she just did you like that."
she
So,
really was. She was like, "Damn, G, look at that shit." That shit was funny as hell, man.
so my thing is, my thing is, there's absolutely no way it's Toni Storm. I mean, come
No, I
on.
don't think it is. Like the way, not only the way they set that up, but the way they're playing it out. We didn't even get a graphic of it yet of the match with Tony Storm out in like the spot. At least I don't think we did. I didn't see it.
However,
Like, mhm.
one thing I'm thinking of, if it's not Mercedes, I'm thinking we go the route here where Toni Storm gets attacked, but it's not Hikaru Shida. Instead, it's her old tag partner. Because Toni Storm, when she was AEW Interim Women's Champion, kept saying, if Thunder Rosa can't get to work, then she doesn't need to be champion. So Thunder Rosa may have a little bit of reason to be pissed off at Toni Storm.
Mhm.
That was one of the things I was thinking is Saraya goes immediately, thinks it's Hikaru Shida, and it ends up not being Hikaru Shida. Instead, it's Toni Storm, but we're led to believe that it's Shida. However,
It's,
I
it's gotta
don't.
be Mercedes.
It's just gotta. I just don't see it being Thunder Rosa, man. I don't see it being Thunder Rosa. I really think this is going to, in some roundabout way, end up as Mercedes, bro, because, again, her little, "this is my first stop" line at New Japan, that obviously is a flag to believe that she could possibly be at Dynamite. And the other thing is, there's just no fucking way. If it is genuinely Toni Storm, I will probably fall out of my fucking chair on Wednesday, bro. There is no
Swear to God,
way. There's no way.
no way they do all that teasing, and it's just Tony Storm, man. It's gotta happen. Tony Storm's gonna get beat up, man, and I think it's gonna be Mercedes that walks out that curtain, man, to help Soraya and help her in the match, and they debut in AEW, man. I think it is. I'm putting the chips down.
Okay, man. Okay, I definitely see see why you would think that, because I think the same thing, man. I think, again, in some roundabout way, this is going to end up being Mercedes. And I don't know how the hell we're going to get there. Maybe, Tony Storm gets attacked midway through the show, and Saraya needs a new partner, and she still doesn't choose Hikaru Shida, which pisses Shida off enough to snap maybe on the next week's Dynamite. So it is it's gonna be interesting, man. But this episode of Dynamite is looking very, very intriguing, man. I'm very excited to see. I'm very excited to see how this episode of Dynamite goes down, man, because it's looking to be a good one, bro. We got Game 7 coming up, Escalera de la Muerte. We got the Hangman match, bro. We got the possible Mercedes debut in AEW. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
Well, man, it's looking fire, man. I can't wait to see how it all plays out, man. This episode is looking really fucking good, man. I can't wait for it.
Yes, absolutely, man. After this, we have two guys that should have got a backstage segment, but they were the ones to be put in front of the live crowd out of all people. It is the Guns. The Guns come out there and they hold FTR's funeral. And they're yelling and screaming about how they beat FTR and they buried their legacy and now they're beltless. And then they did the spot where they play the music, but then they say, "Oh my God, you should have seen your faces." Yeah, fucking spare me. Just typical heel stuff, I guess, and that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it. Nothing too good here at all. They just cut a promo about killing FTR's legacy and how they're gonna be the new living legends. No, thank you.
God, no. Yeah, bro, the Gun Club fucking sucks, man. Those two are some of the most uncharismatic people that you could employ, man. I mean, they went to the fucking JBL School of Charisma, man. Like, it
Yes,
just sucks. Generic heel shit. I don't like it. And you waste your in-ring promo on them.
seriously, man. All the people that are delegated to backstage segments out of the week, and you give the Gun Club, instead of putting instead of putting Britt Baker in front of the, and I know this is gonna sound weird.
Yeah, fun.
Okay, so let me make sure my live chat is back. Okay.
Yeah, damn.
There it is. Okay. Yes. So, yes, instead of giving the live audience promo, and again, this is the only time I'll say it, but the one week you don't put Britt Baker out there to say, "I'm the boss of this women's division," to let the crowd feel that. The one time you don't do that, it's a backstage segment where there's absolutely no live reaction from the audience to it. So, my God, man. Or Saraya even too. You didn't put Saraya out there to do the whole Tony Storm Hikaru Shida bit in front of the live audience. That would have been great too.
Literally, man, literally. That could have increased either of those two segments so much.
Yeah. So the next match. Oh Lord, the next match is Jade Cargill and Red Velvet versus Sky Blue and Kiera Hogan.
Oh, good Lord.
Bro. I mean, Jade Cargill just ain't it, bro. Can Chris Statlander please come back? I mean, dude, the story here is Red Velvet turning on Jade Cargill because Kiera Hogan is still her friend, but Jade is delusional. She's becoming delusional, which I hope this leads to her losing the championship because she just fucking sucks, man. I mean, dude, honestly, the only fucking thing she knows how to do is a goddamn bicycle kick, and I've had enough of it, man. I mean, Jade just ain't it, bro. Jade just is not it. I mean, there was a point in early 2022 where I was like, man, Jade is really coming along. Now it just seems like she's just fucking holding this title for no goddamn reason whatsoever, other than somebody in the back thinks she looks cool with a championship.
That's about it, man. She's not good, man. This match was about as boring as you could get, and as pointless as you can get.
Seriously. So, absolutely atrocious, man. Absolutely atrocious. And in the main event, we had Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe. We had Nick Wayne in the front row. It's cool to see him. If you don't know who Nick Wayne
that
is,
was awesome.
he is, I think he has another year before he could, I believe he has an AEW Futures contract, so I think he has another year before he can actually start, before he can actually be in AEW. I think he's 17.
Yeah.
But man, the kid is good, man, and it was good to see him.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe grabbed him by his neck, which is gonna be cool to see once he gets of age.
Setting that feud up.
What's up?
Setting that feud up.
Yeah. So Darby immediately before the match starts, he saves Nick Wayne. He saves Nick Wayne. He does his suicide dive onto the outside, which I don't care what anybody says. Darby Allin has the best looking bottom rope suicide dive. I mean, it is so good. Darby Allin before the match starts, he's beating Samoa Joe down with the skateboard. Then he gets a ladder before the match starts and jumps off of it onto Samoa Joe. This match went on in the main event of Dynamite. It got about 10 minutes. Dude, Darby Allin and Samoa Joe gave you a match that could have used a little more time, I will admit. They could have used a little bit more time, but it was still fucking fantastic nonetheless. Darby Allin was almost put out by Joe. And he actually countered it and used his exposed turnbuckle that Joe pulled off later in the match to hit Joe's face up against it. He hit him with his stunt dog millionaire, and then he hit him with 2 coffin drops, and Darby Allin regained the TNT championship, bro.
That shit was awesome, man. That match was amazing, man. And Darby, he's TNT champion again, and I like that, man. I love that a lot, man. I mean, I'm definitely surprised that Joe lost it already. Definitely. But no other person beat him, man. Darby, his first reign as TNT champion is my favorite TNT title reign, man.
Me too.
So I hope they can live up to that one, man, because that one was just fucking perfect, man. And I hope this one is just as perfect, if not more, man. So I hope this goes all well, because TNT title has just been bad luck after bad luck lately. But with a guy like Darby Allin, I really trust him, man. I really do.
Yes, and I will say
I
this
really
right
like that
now.
decision they made. Mm-hmm.
Put Darby Allin on Revolution. Let's not start this off on a bad
Please.
foot in terms of pay-per-views. Put him
Oh, a
on
mental tag
pay-per-view.
match. Literally. Have him defend that TNT title on pay-per-view. Please.
So I was genuinely shocked that he beat Samoa Joe. I am genuinely shocked that they
Mhm.
actually pulled the trigger on taking the championship off of Samoa Joe. I thought Samoa Joe was doing fantastic with it. The only reason I could see them taking the title off of Samoa Joe is if they're about to start Ring of Honor television and they don't want to overload his schedule. That is the only reason I can see them taking the title. And it's honestly the same reason I think they took the title off of Jericho, is because I think it is because he can't, Jericho does enough stuff for AEW, man. I don't think it would be very good to load his schedule up with Ring of Honor stuff. And I think if you put it on a guy like Claudio, he has the Blackpool Combat Club who will be flying the Blackpool Combat Club flag for him. And same thing with, who's the pure champ right now? Is it Wheeler Yuta again?
Yeah, Yuta.
Yeah, Yuta, right. So, and same thing with him, man. Those guys could go over there, do some great stuff, and Mox and Bryan can hold it down on the AEW side, and I think it could be really good. But yeah, man. I mean, yeah, that is the only reason, because it genuinely shocked the hell out of me that they took the title off of
Oh,
Samoa
yeah.
Joe. However, it's nice to see it on a homegrown guy again. I don't like the kind of negative stigma that goes around with it automatically being a bad thing to put a title on an ex-WWE guy. I don't know why that's a thing. So I didn't really like a lot of people saying, I'm so happy it's back on an AEW guy, cuz I mean, Samoa Joe's done great work. I mean, he hasn't given you guys to fucking hate a reason to hate him. You know what I mean? I mean, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. Those are the instances for me where wrestling fans can be a little weird. I mean, it's not a bad thing to put the title on an ex WWE guy. I mean, sure, it looks cooler when their champions banners are all homegrown talent, but I mean, Joe was doing a really good thing. But in that, all respects to Darby Allin as well, because that was such a cool moment. We had the moment where Sting came out and hugged him. Confetti was flying everywhere. He gave a speech afterwards that was very cool. It was a very cool speech he gave to the live crowd, and it was good. It was good stuff. But it kind of leaves me asking why necessarily for
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, but for Darby Allin, I am excited for his title reign, and I hope it can be as good as the first one. But again, man, if the reason isn't just to lighten Samoa Joe's schedule, why?
Yeah.
Because that's the only
I'm
reason I
definitely
can come up with.
curious. Definitely, man. Definitely.
So that was AEW Dynamite, man. And Rampage and Battle of the Belts. Who cares? So,
Happened.
yeah. So, Monday Night Raw opened up with Kevin Owens. He was interrupted by Baron Corbin. Bruh.
JBL, bro.
He was
Dude.
interrupted by JBL and Baron Corbin. This led to a Kevin Owens versus Corbin match, which led to a brawl with KO and the Bloodline. Yeah, that was the open to Monday Night Raw, man. Not really much to say for me. Is kind of. I love seeing KO, man, but once fucking JBL came out, dude, it was just it's not really the most interesting thing for me. So
Oh man, the only thing positive we got out of this intro really was we got to see that glimpse of that annoyed Kevin Owens, man. Remember that period where we thought he was going to AEW, man, and on TV every week he would just be annoyed and
yeah,
impatient. That was one of my most underrated Kevin Owens sides. I loved when he would be annoyed on TV, bro, and we got to
yeah,
see that tonight, man, and that was pretty funny. But other than that, bro, JBL fucking blows.
he's
Fucking generic ass heel garbage. He drags Baron Corbin down to the depths of hell, man. Ugh, it's just horrible, man. It just sucks.
it does. It really does. So this was the open to Monday Night Raw. That was the open. The Bloodline would then get confronted by Adam Pearce, where Adam Pearce would tell them that the Usos need to leave, and Solo Sikoa needs to stay because he's going to have a match against somebody who he's caused so much turmoil to. Who that person is, you may ask. Well, it was fucking Dolph Ziggler. Now look,
So much turmoil.
I genuinely cannot remember a time where Solo Sikoa attacked Dolph Ziggler. I genuinely can't.
I was confused. I had no idea that happened, bro. I
I
don't know why.
I genuinely do not fucking remember that, bro.
I thought he was gonna say Elias.
That's what I
Because,
thought he
they
was
had
gonna
that little
say.
thing. And he says Dolph Ziggler. I'm
I was
thinking,
like,
like,
huh?
what?
When the fuck did that
What did he
happen?
do
I've
to
watched this shit every week.
sort of. I was thinking, like, bro, I didn't think I missed that many episodes. What the fuck happened? I've been
I
watching the
mean,
last like 3 episodes. What the fuck happened? I don't remember that.
golly. I mean, what the
And
fuck?
another thing I didn't like about this, it wasn't really about the segment itself, but the 2 times after the segment. So
Mm.
he kicks the Usos out, but then we see him twice
We see him
later in that
literally
night.
twice at the end of the show.
Twice. Like, and it just makes the idea of being kicked out of the show as a wrestler so pointless. It makes me think anytime they kick anyone out, why don't they just go beat up the security and do the stuff they want to be there for? You know what I mean? It makes certain stuff look pointless. You know what I
There
mean?
there
When Adam
was
Pearce kicks him out. Hmm.
there was really some stuff during this show, and this is what scares me, and this is what we've been talking about being scared about. There was some stuff that just does not correlate with things we would see on Triple H's product. I don't think Triple H would let such a little logic gap like that slide. That is a huge logic gap, but
No,
it's so blatantly obvious to not forget, and the
it's so
fact
noticeable.
it,
Exactly.
the, shit, this is the kind of shit, bro.
Scares me.
This is the kind
It
of shit that
scares me,
really
man.
fucking scares me, dude. Because, and like I said, in the very beginning of the show, this episode of Monday Night Raw was very hard to watch. Even before it started, I just haven't been in the mood to watch any WWE television, bro. With hearing Triple H, or with seeing what Triple H has done, which, like I said in the beginning of the show, Raw is a drag. Do not get me wrong. It's a drag every motherfucking week. But with Triple H, there's more good aspects to it than none. The only reason it's a drag is because it's 3 hours, and that's not Triple H's fault. You know, the thing that's a drag, the thing that's a
And
drag,
even
go ahead. Uh,
at the end of being dragged. You know what I mean? But
Wait,
like with
sorry,
Vince McMahon, you're just
you just cut out.
uh, at the end of being dragged around that whole fucking show. Through the Triple H, so far the Triple H era,
Yeah.
even though Raw's a drag, there's a goal to it, and it's going
Right.
to get better eventually.
Right.
One day it's going to be a really great watch all through. But with under Triple H, it's always just, you gotta watch it. That's it. That's it. That's all. You just gotta watch the show.
Yeah.
And it's like, it felt like that. It really did, and I don't like that.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, my Wi-Fi. That's weird. Is it? I think.
Yes, but they if I'm sorry, bro, but if you want to just go ahead and repeat that one more time, just so they can hear you.
Okay, man. Okay, yeah. Like I said, man. It was a drag under Triple H, but it was drag with purpose. There was something at the end of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
So now with Vince McMahon.
With we said in the beginning of the show, man, with Vince it felt like a chore. With Triple H, it feels like a drag, but at least with Triple H, there's the purpose that the show will get better. And there were just little Vince McMahon isms in this show that I did not like. They had a little segment in the show. We just talked about Dolph Ziggler, but they had a segment in the show a little earlier where it looks like they're hinting at Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali being a tag team. I mean, dude, what? Where does that come
And
from? That is not
it
the
was
story
it.
Triple H was telling at all.
Literally, man. And is it just me, or was that Mustafa Ali promo just weird? He didn't even sound like himself. He
He,
sounded like so happy, but
yeah,
like,
it was like
and
begging Dolph Ziggler to like be his partner. Like, what?
like what?
Where does that come
Like
from?
that was really weird and really out of nowhere, man. And it was just certain stuff like that tonight just gave me a weird vibe.
It really leaves me asking the questions, bro. Are we already starting to see the Vince McMahon isms in WWE's creative?
Exactly, man. Because he might not be even at the HQ yet, man. But who knows who he's texting back there to change
Yeah.
little by little. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Of course, in terms of news, that'll be just a slowly evolving thing, man. But I don't know. Tonight felt weird. Again, it could just be, you know, Triple H mistakes. He's made them.
Yeah.
We all know he's made them.
Yep.
But even with the tone of the news, even if they are just Triple H mistake, it just feels weird, man. It just
And
didn't feel right.
yeah, and then the stuff with the Usos, bro. I mean, that was a huge red flag. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Triple H would never let no shit like that slide.
Oh,
Or at least every time we did see the Usos, there would be, like security not
sure.
far behind them.
Yeah.
At
But like
least
nothing. They
nothing.
just showed up like it was
they
nothing
they
the rest of the
played their
show.
theme music. They had them come out with their belts, which I've always had a huge problem with. These guys aren't on Raw, and if they're showing up unannounced, why are they coming out here with their belts?
Literally, man. Like I'm like if you're just one man with one title, walking around with a title, just casually, it's all right. Some people are marks, I get it. But
Right.
like you're a tag team with two titles, so that's accompanied four physical belts you gotta hold. You ain't lugging that shit around.
This is the
That's on your dick.
this
Like
is the shit that um I wonder if this show didn't have a lot of Triple H because
it's
he did.
true.
That is
It could
true.
be, and that's even worrying too,
the
man.
the only thing that and this is why me and you stressed concern, because everybody on Friday, all we were fucking getting is, oh, it's gonna be fine, he's just there to make a sale. Shut your fucking mouth. Nick Khan is such a fucking smart businessman. I don't want to hear it. Nick Khan was hired into WWE to make a sale in the first place, or to help with it, because they know he's a good businessman. Vince does not need to be there. And again, WrestleMania sold out. It is there, or not sold out, but I don't even think they're completely sold out yet, and it is their highest grossing WrestleMania of all time. Why is that?
Vince McMahon is not only because of Triple H's booking, which elevated every pay-per-view buys, but, well, pay-per-view money, that isn't made because they're not bought, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Khan's businessship. Well, he's a cutthroat motherfucker, man, but he does his job well. He's
He
a good-ass
does.
businessman. He got them the Saudi deal. He got them the Peacock deal. And if they are buying the company, he's going to be the one to get that deal. You know what I mean? It ain't going to be Vince. It'll just have Vince's name on it. It's like when you do a project with the motherfucker, probably me to be honest, I was that guy half the time, I just put my fucking name on it. You know what I mean? I didn't do shit to earn that A. I just
Yeah.
put my damn name on it. That's Vince McMahon, bro. Things are. It
This,
felt weird tonight, man. It felt
this,
weird.
this is exactly why me and you stress concern, and everybody was telling us was, oh, it's not that big of a deal. He's just there to make sure the sale goes through. Shut up, dude. He is a delusional old man, and he's just going to have Nick Khan do all the work anyway. He's trying to
Exactly.
shoehorn his way back into creative. That's what it is. And more times than not, he's probably going to get it. And the only hope we have here, it's just a matter of time. The only hope we have here is in the letters that were sent back between Vince McMahon and the board. The board pretty much told him, we love our management team. We love Triple H. Even though he said he's not going to interfere with it, Vince lies. And, that was the first thing they started off with in their little letter to him. And the other thing was, I believe it was the last letter. The first letter was them praising the current management. The last letter was them pretty much telling Vince, well, don't try to do anything because we still have dirt on you. However, I don't think Vince McMahon cares about the dirt. Now, is the dirt big enough to where, it'd be a little undeniable? You know what? I hope, this is what I would hope for. I hope these brands start, if Vince McMahon gets back into WWE creative, I hope they start dropping the company.
100% Snickers, their fucking biggest sponsor. I don't know why. Snickers is like their fucking goat in terms of sponsorships. Dude, how much money does Snickers make where they could give WWE so much money?
I swear to
But
God.
I swear to God, I don't know what they make, bruh. But they gotta drop them. Fucking, is it Cricket Wireless? Is that one that they're always on?
Drop 'em.
They gotta drop them. Just fucking drop them, bro. Drop this company and teach them a lesson, bruh.
So
Teach Vince a lesson.
100%. So and it will look at. I wonder if people on the board and the shareholders can all vote him out. I wonder how that works. Again,
Wonder Man.
I'm not really the most business savvy person, so excuse me for my lack of businessmanship. But Vince, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is not good. This is not good. Yeah, I mean,
and the board telling Vince McMahon that they're happy with management, it might bite them in the ass, man, because you know how egotistical that man is.
he's gonna be
He's
like,
gonna
oh, well, I
think,
could do it better.
he's gonna be like, well, I assembled this board. I don't care who you prefer or not. I'm above you, and I'm gonna take my power back. That's gonna make him even more egotistical, man. So
This is the shit me and you were trying to tell everybody, but everybody wants to sit in front of their cameras and kiss ass. That's what it boils down to.
It's fine. No, it's not.
Everybody wants to sit in front of their fucking cameras who should not be talking in front of an audience and just sit there and kiss ass the whole time. And, here we are saying the real shit. And it is ridiculous, bro. It is ridiculous. That's why you listen to us, bro, because I swear to you, some of these people should not be talking in front of an audience. These are the concerns we were trying to express on Friday. And again, all we were met with was, oh, it's going to be fine. He'll just be there to negotiate the sale. Dude, this is Vince McMahon. He ain't no saint, bro, and we all know this.
He wants the whole plate, man. He ain't just gonna eat the sides. What you think? He's just gonna eat. He's just gonna eat the sides. He wants that whole damn dinner, bruh.
Yep,
He's gonna eat the whole plate.
absolutely.
He's gonna take everything he can back, man. That's just how the man works. It's not gonna end well, man. I hope it does, but there's a good chance it doesn't, man. And it really needs to for the sake of everything.
And you know what? Are little logic gaps like this, flying, are little logic gaps, or big logic gaps rather, like this, slipping through the cracks because maybe Paul Levesque himself has no spirit left in him?
I mean, like if I am Mr. Paul Levesque, and I know, because he's close to family, he knows he, he if Vince McMahon is gonna take over, is gonna retake over, he fucking knows it. You know what I mean? Triple H knows it. He'll be able to know that it's
Yeah,
coming,
he'll know
and if it
before
is,
everybody.
exactly, and if it is, why try? It's just all gonna be destroyed. So
Exactly.
why try? Just let the show go on, man. Which that sucks in itself, man. So technically they can, and they probably would, but he's still a majority shareholder. So
Yeah,
yep,
it's such an annoying time to be a WWE fan. I mean, listen, don't quote me on this because, it was CM Punk that said it first, but let's all be honest, bro. This company's just going to be better after the man is dead. That's just how it is,
uh,
bro. That's just
it
how
is,
it is.
man. It was better when he was just retired, man. And the fact that he's gonna retake it over and re-screw it all over just solidifies that fucking statement, man. Because we've been getting what this company could be without the fucking guy,
Yes,
and
and it has
it
been so
hasn't.
good.
It has been so good. It hasn't been amazing,
No.
but it's been promising, and it's been a
Yes.
path in the right
Yes.
direction.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I
it's
just
just
don't want
gonna
it all to be
be
reversed.
it's all gonna be fucking thrown away. And we tried to tell motherfuckers, man. Me and you.
Literally,
Golly.
all these fucking paywalls that fucking people pay for are just saying he's just there for the sale. But no, if Vince McMahon shows up, he wants it all, and he
Yes.
wants it all.
Shut your fucking mouth, people. Look at things for what they really are, bro. We know how this guy is. Get your head out of your ass.
Literally, literally, man.
Vince McMahonisms on television, bro. And Triple H, all these fucking people are going to just get refired all over again.
And then, and then that sucks for Triple H because, I mean, obviously it's not his fault, and none of the guys or girls that would get fired would think it is. But in terms of you rehire these people and tell them you're in this company for this contract, man. I'm gonna treat you right, man. It's gonna be a different time now. And the dude just comes back in and screws everything over. Then, people won't see him, Triple H as the asshole, obviously, but Triple H will feel like an asshole for doing that, and I would too. If I were to get all these people back in, and then they dude just comes back and fires them all, I would feel like such an asshole. Obviously, you're not, but like, it just, it just
Yeah,
sucks, man. It just
yeah.
sucks to be in that position.
Imagine seeing Eric Young released from WWE and he hasn't even made his fucking return yet. Imagine seeing that,
That'd
bruh.
be so fucked up, man. That really would be. That's is. I hope it goes well in the end, man.
Me
I
too.
really
So
do.
I hope I hope we're hearing that there's gonna be a max exodus, and we're hearing is there gonna be a max exodus or a firing? Because every time the talent is supposed to stand up, none of them do fucking anything.
No. Half of them won't. I think there'll be. I think definitely this time there's going to be a couple of them that
Hmm.
do just get up and leave. Not most of them, though. Most of them aren't. You
Yeah,
know how they are.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Ridiculous, bro. Utterly ridiculous, man. So Adam Pearce tells the Usos to leave. He tells Solo Sikoa he's going to fight Dolph Ziggler later. Move on to the next segment, man, and Alexa Bliss is standing on the table and she's telling the crowd she is the new face of evil. And now she's ready to scar Bianca's face.
Like,
What?
it was really weird and I didn't care for. I liked a lot of other elements that they did with this, man, but like when she was talking about Bianca, she was just weird. You're like,
It was
dude,
so
what are
weird.
you? What do you have, rabies? What do you fucking attack her and claw at her? You fucking weirdo.
Like, bro, what?
Gonna rip her face. It's like, what?
Like,
That like Leatherface?
I'm like,
You fucking
okay,
weirdo.
this sounds like some shit 2018 Drew McIntyre would say. What the
Oh
fuck
my,
are you talking about, bro?
brutally
I'm gonna
eviscerate you.
brutally eradicate you and eviscerate. Who the fuck talks like that, bro? Could you
Like,
imagine getting into a fight with somebody on the street and being like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking scratch your face"? What?
I wanna run away.
I'm
Like,
like,
bro,
man, I
what?
don't even want to fucking fight you no more, man. What are you talking about?
Like, man, just say you're gonna beat my ass or something. Say you're gonna put me in a hospital. Now you're gonna scratch my face.
This shit was
What
weird, bro.
the fuck are you, a possum? Like,
So
what?
she says, Bianca doesn't have to worry about Bray Wyatt or Uncle Howdy, but so immediately Alexa Bliss is name dropping them. I thought it was I thought it was a little crazy going full throttle into that.
They really are.
But she says Bianca doesn't have to worry about Uncle Howdy or Bray Wyatt, but she has to worry about me. Like, dude, she whooped your ass last week half the time. That match
Like,
was so bad they were recreating Scary Movie 3. Like, bro,
oh my god, that shit was
y'all,
hilarious.
like, bro, can you be any less creative?
Like, you were getting cooked in that ring, bro. You can't cap. You were getting your ass whooped. Don't act like you're some badass. You're not. Yeah, the whole point of the gimmick is mind games. So why are you talking like you're just like you're fucking Rocky and you're just about to go just fucking toss some punches and knock her out? That didn't make sense.
Bruh. So, Uncle Howdy plays on the screen, and Alexa Bliss said something like, "I'm in control now and it feels the best it ever has," or something like that. And Uncle Howdy came and he asked her, "Are you in control?" He comes to the stage and he greets Alexa Bliss for the first time. A lot of people hated this. This is his first time meeting Alexa Bliss. I think he's going to take it slow with Bliss, but I think we're a little further along with the story with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, like obviously it's further along with Bray because they've been going, they've been
Since October.
meeting each other exactly since October. But with Alexa, this is her first time actually acknowledging all this stuff. So of
Right.
course they're gonna take it slow with her. It's at a different pace. They're technically different stories happening at a different time. So it's be patient, people. Be patient, man. And
All of the sudden, I'm seeing a lot of no patience from a lot of people.
dude, I don't like how the fucking community talks about Bray Wyatt. Like, dude, what I see on Twitter a lot is that they call him smart because he's the ultimate carny. I saw today that he's got his job back and
What?
he doesn't have to wrestle because that's his gimmick. He made a gimmick where he doesn't have to wrestle. What? It, I-
This is the
what?
same people that watch Vince McMahon's product, but Bray Wyatt is the biggest carny of them all.
I mostly see that from the AEW marks, but like,
Really?
oh yeah, it's like those hardcore AEW fans that like only care about the wrestling aspect that say that. I see on Twitter.
Hate that.
I'm just thinking like, bro, you love you like Riho, dog.
Yeah,
The fuck are
get
you
the fuck
talking
out of my
about?
face.
Like, how is he a carny for having a character? Just because you think this wrestling is the only part that matters
How
is
boring
on
is
you,
that? Imagine
dude. That
watching a 2-hour show and there's no promos. It's just all wrestling.
That sounds like a goddamn nightmare, man.
No, I like the best of
Like,
both, man.
exactly, bro. Like, at one point in WWE, it was the complete opposite. No one fucking wrestled. It was a promo every other fucking 2 minutes. It
Yeah,
was bad. Certain
horrible.
wrestling shows are just match after match, which I don't like. But you look at something like NXT and AEW, and a decent amount of time it can be main roster WWE, where you have a mix of good matches
Like
and
SmackDown.
storytellings. Exactly. You got your good matches, you got your people that constantly give good matches, and you got people that at the
That
same
tell good
time
stories.
tell stories.
Yep,
Exactly, man. A beautiful mix of both, man.
absolutely.
I hate those people that just want the one or the other, that only focus on one aspect. But like, bro, if you think
Weird.
Bray Wyatt is a carny, bro, you're just a fucking weirdo, man. You
He
really
is.
are. You
Absolutely.
need help.
Absolutely. Yeah, that wrestling fans. So,
Wrestling fans for you.
so that was Alexa Bliss's first meeting with Uncle Howdy, rather, and it was a little slow. I know why people are, upset that they didn't get more out of it, but this is Alexa's first time meeting Howdy, as again, Bray Wyatt is a lot further along in his story, and his story's been great, man, and I'm starting to see some people jump off the train, and I just fucking can't stand it with Wyatt, man. I hate how
Oh,
people switch up on him.
it's like crazy, man. They switch up on him the most, man. And I saw people also complain tonight how the segment ended, how it went to commercial. How else are you supposed to end the segment? You want Uncle Howdy to just turn around and walk back through the stage and just say goodbye?
I mean,
It has,
the only other thing you were gonna get was maybe like Wyndham's logo flash up on the screen, and then they go to commercial.
yeah, I would understand like adding something like that, but like, what the fuck did
Like,
they
what do
expect to
you want?
happen?
Like,
Like,
either way, it's gonna be gone when the commercial comes back anyway. Like, come on, bruh.
people don't make sense when it comes to Wyatt, bro. They really don't.
Switch up like motherfuckers, bro. They really do. They
Oh
wanted
yeah,
him back for so long, and now they're starting to get tired of his story. It is really ridiculous to see. It really
it
is.
is. It
Hmm.
really is.
Bailey picked up the victory against
Wow,
Michan without any help, and then Damage Control beat her up afterwards.
look at that.
Wow.
New year, new damage control, man. But can they be winning control? Can they turn around and become winning control? Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so.
Seriously, bro. Seriously. Bobby Lashley comes out at the end of Seth Rollins' promo against Austin Theory, where Seth gave the news on his knee. It's not 100%, but it will be by the Royal Rumble, man. So we're good to go.
Like to hear
And it's
that.
good to hear, man. It is very good to hear. Bobby Lashley came out, and we ended up finding out why Bobby Lashley was back. He came out, got into a altercation with Austin Theory, beat him up, gave him a spear. That was that. Um, Candice LeRae defeated Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley defeated Candice LeRae,
And
rather.
squash. That was.
Dude,
I didn't like that.
what is up with the Garganos, bro? Johnny's injured, by the way.
That
Johnny has a
sucked.
shoulder injury.
And guess where? Guess at what type of event?
A
A
live
fucking
event.
dude, cut the
Cut him.
fucking live events,
Cut
man.
him.
Cut them.
You just
I don't get it.
Johnny as well did say he's trying to make it back before the Royal Rumble. So
I hope so, man.
let's
I
hope
hope
so.
so.
Cut the fucking live events, bro. Cut them. I'm sick of them.
Dude, it's literally all the time you hear so and so was injured at a live event. Why? Why, bro?
Why
Why?
are they wrestling?
I
You're
don't get it.
supposed to put the people on live events that you don't want to utilize on television to give them something to do so they can
It's
make
the whole
money.
point. Like, literally, that's why fucking Dark exists.
Yep.
That's literally why they made it. Mainly during the pandemic, so like, just random indie guys can get some money. But
Hmm.
like then they kind of just evolved it into something for the talent specifically. But like that's the whole reason why those things exist. To
Yep.
get those lower end guys. shit to do. Not your top fucking guys.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. That shit's pissing me off.
Bobby Lashley's in the back, and Byron Saxton wants to get a word with him, so he goes sprinting in his locker room like an idiot, and he says, "Bobby Lashley, can I please get a word with you on your reinstatement of Monday Night Raw?" Lashley stands up, and we just hear, "Saxton, can you give me and Bobby Lashley a minute to handle our business?" And it is none other than MVP. Bobby stands up, and MVP says, you know, I've had a lot of time to think about the mistakes that were made, and there were a lot of them, bro. You fucking know what that means, dude. That is, and Vince is gonna fucking come back and break him up right all over again, bro. Oh,
Over my people.
this is gonna be, well, another spot on worst booking decision of the year.
Yeah, man, that
Dude,
was awesome though. Seeing them together, man, making those
bro.
teases, bro. I
s-
loved it.
So he
That
said,
fucking
so he said, you know, a lot of mistakes were made, and I'm willing to live up to that. He says, hell, I even got Cedric and Shelton to realize where they went wrong. I just need you to own your part. So Bobby Lashley said, you know, he said, P, we're cool, but I can't forget just like that what you did to me. I love that they did that. That is what we are going to call a Triple Hism. Bobby Lashley not just forgetting about everything that happened. We're going to tell a story here. We're not just going to say, you know what, MVP, we're just going to be friends again. No,
yeah.
we're going to tell ourselves a little bit of a story here. So MVP says, you know, after all, I did get you reinstated to Monday Night Raw, so we have a storyline with Bobby Lashley getting fired or suspended. We have a storyline going with who got him his job back. Wow.
Man. His old friend MVP got him the job back. Look at that.
Amazing. Amazing.
That storytelling right there. I like that a lot, man. I like the way they're doing it, man.
Absolutely. So dude, you know, they're telling a great story. They're telling a great story so far, man. I've really thoroughly been enjoying it, and this was the biggest tease of them all. And at the end, he said, "P, we're cool, but I can't just forget about it like that, man. But we're cool." And he gave him a fist bump, and that was it, man. That was it. So that was awesome, bro. That was incredible. Incredible.
I really like that, man. I like the direction it's going, man. And I like how it's not just instant, but it'll be something that's earned, man. I
Yes.
can't wait to see it. I really
And
can't.
at the end, I forgot to mention, he also said to Lashley, he said, "You know, I completely understand, but if you ever come around and you want to get back into business, I still got the same number." So, ooh.
Mhm.
Oh, Vince, I
Hell yeah.
swear to God, Vince. Oh God. Oh, he's gonna
You know,
he's gonna kill me this year, bro.
you know what Vince is gonna do if he takes this bitch over again? I know exactly what he's gonna do with this storyline. Bobby Lashley is gonna come close to rejoining, but it was a trick from MVP the whole time, and it's
Yep.
the New Hurt business with Omos as
With
the leader,
Omar.
and they
Oh
beat him
fuck,
up.
no, no, no,
Dude, that's
no.
if
That's it.
Vince takes
Ugh.
over, that's what's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna be the New Hurt business, but with Omos instead.
And the
It's
H in Hurt Business is gonna be like super tall. Uh, it's
they
gonna be
would,
Omo. So we get a vignette for Cody Rhodes, and Cody is putting together what could have been. You know, I'm gonna let you do the honors, bro. You're the one that said the shit, man.
they're filming his recovery, man. And from everything Cody's saying, from the way they're shooting it, it looks amazing. These are amazing video packages. But dog, save it for after he debuts. And you want to know why you could save it for after their debut? Because it could be an amazing documentary, bro. When was the last time we had an amazing after pay-per-view WWE documentary? I couldn't tell you, bro. I couldn't tell you since like 2020. Dude, ever since they went to Peacock, they haven't produced a single memorable documentary that I watched. You know what I mean? Dude, save it for the Rumble, for after the Rumble, because make Cody a surprise moment at the Rumble. Not even just a surprise, just a moment. Instead of, oh yeah, we've been seeing the vignettes, he's finally back. It's just, Cody's back, look at that. You know what I mean? And you can save all the shit you're filming for a recovery documentary about Cody Rhodes after, it might not be after the Rumble, because that's a little, too soon to finish the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
But because probably the last 10 minutes of the documentary would be the Royal Rumble, so you could do it after you could release it after Chamber or something. But Peacock didn't want the docs, bro.
Those are the best parts about the network.
Those were literally the other good. It was pay-per-views and the documentaries, which were the two great parts about that fucking network, man. What?
What a bunch of idiots.
What a bunch of idiots. Why'd they go to Peacock, man? But bro, you could have saved it for an amazing documentary, bro.
Golly. And because it's been so good. But the thing is, why are we... Well, I don't even know if it's worth getting mad about anymore, dude, because we all know why. It's probably going to be The Rock. I mean, look at the Royal Rumble little backdrops. It's all electric.
Yeah, it's all the lightning, and then
Bro.
the way Seth and Theory talked about the Rumble. Dude, it's gonna be the fucking Rock,
What did
man.
you catch?
You know how they were talking about the Rumble, how they're both gonna win it. You know, how they're both gonna go to fit. And another thing I caught about this show, so are they gonna unify the titles? Because the way everybody talked about winning the title, the world title from Roman, is that it's going to be the universal title, the universal undisputed whatever fucking title. They combined it when Theory talked about winning, beating Roman Reigns possibly at Mania. He talked about being the one, whatever the fuck he said. He was like undisputed WWE champion, and then Seth said the same type of thing, and somebody else said it tonight. What the fuck are they doing with those titles? Are they combining them? Are they just renaming one of the fuck's going on with them? Because those, no matter what you say about the tag or the women's, the men's world title is the most logical title to have two of because of your roster. You know what I mean? Why out of all titles you combine that one? I don't get that in itself, but where are you going with it? Are you gonna tell us? Is Roman Reigns gonna have to defend them both separately, together? Are they gonna combine them at Mania? They have to tell us these things.
Yeah. Honestly, though, if it's going to be the unified championships, it needs to be Cody, and we just have one world title match. Cody goes in, takes both, because if it's The Rock and he's going for the if he's going for unified, Roman's holding those belts past Mania, and nobody wants to see that.
No, bro, that's gonna be even worse, bro.
Not a fucking soul.
Because
Bro,
then we have to wait till at least SummerSlam. At
oh
least
my God.
SummerSlam.
I mean, maybe
Dude.
you could get away with London Money in the Bank, but you know how WWE is. They're going to want to end Roman's reign at a SummerSlam or a Mania. And I don't want to wait till WrestleMania 40.
Especially if Vince is in charge. It ain't ending until Mania 40, bro. Dude, I don't like this direction. Whether it's Triple H or Vince McMahon, I guess they both don't know what the fuck to do with the world titles.
I mean, it's such an easy
I don't know
way.
how it's so hard.
It's so easy to book, bro. It really
Yeah,
is.
yeah, look, you're right. Might as well just keep doing the little Cody thing. It's already ruined.
Yeah, I was going to say, they did the 1 week in the beginning of January. That was the 1 week you had to shut up from there on. I mean, even that's kind of pushing it. even that's kind of.
what I'm saying.
I agree. I don't want.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
dude. No, I
you like
agree.
it, bro.
I agree. Cody's return is a little ruined because well, I will say in the beginning, January 2nd when they showed it, like you had to shut up immediately after there, even though that was kind of a little pushing it. But now it's just
It's
ruined.
over with.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you just keep it up at this point, might as well.
yeah.
There's gonna be no moment. It's gonna be a moment. It's gonna be awesome to see him at Rumble, no matter what. But
Mhm.
it's not gonna hit the same at all. At all.
Yeah. Unfortunately, man. Solo Sikoa defeat Dolph Ziggler. Bronson Reed got a video package which led to him having a backstage interview. I don't know why that was put simultaneously up against each other, but then the Miz tried to get him to be out there for his Miz TV. Bronson Reed declined, and he told Mike that they weren't friends, Mike the Mid. And that was it. It was just another week of that original backstage segment they did the day that Bronson re-debuted. He just told The Miz they weren't friends. Why the fuck could that not have been saved for the Royal Rumble? Why?
Literally. Dude, Bronson Reed is doing nothing on
Nothing.
TV. Literally
Nothing.
nothing. Why did you do it at that fucking show?
He could
I
have
don't get it.
easily been put on SmackDown and been put in their Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber match. Easily.
Easily. That shit would be fire.
Do you
But
imagine a
no.
tsunami off the top of one of those pods to
That shit would
Braun?
be so
Oh,
heat.
it'll be beautiful. Right
That would
on
be such
fucking
pop.
Braun Strowman.
Right on the
Um,
train.
so then we get the Miz TV, probably one of the only Miz TV episodes I will ever say I thoroughly enjoyed. Dominic
Oh my
Mysterio going
god.
out there dressed like a fucking what were they called? They were the Ballas, and what was the
Oh my god.
GTA gang that wears purple?
The fuck out. I gotta look that up, bro. I know
The
the family or something.
the
Yay.
because the Ballas
Yay.
were green, right?
Yeah, the uh I think it's the families. Gangs. Purple. Purple gang name. What is it? No, they are the ball. The purple ones are the ballas.
Oh, okay. He's dressed out there like a fucking balla from GTA. Durante said it a little earlier in the comments. He looks like a fucking he looks like a dollar store Conan.
Yeah.
This was so funny, dude. He went out there, he's got the teardrop tattoo. He was talking about how if people had problems with him, he said this guy was talking on the bottom bunk about how he wanted to punch his face in, and Dominic hopped down from the top bunk and he slapped him awake, even though he just said the guy was talking, so why would he have to slap him awake?
I was
he
gonna say that story made no
he
sense.
says he slapped him awake, and he says, do we have a problem? And then he says that he handled that. So I
Dude,
don't.
his story ended so abruptly, I was just dying laughing.
Bro, it was so fucking funny, dude. It was so funny. And at the end of it, The Miz played his part really well, too, because The Miz says, well, that's really interesting because our sources are telling us you were only in county jail for a couple of hours. And then fucking Judgment Day starts getting all offensive, and they're telling him to shut up, and The Miz, like an idiot, just retreats out of the ring. I mean, it was so funny, dude.
Dude,
It was so
that shit made
funny.
me crack it up, bro. When we first saw fucking Dominic in the back wearing the fucking glasses and the
Oh,
bandana,
bro.
I was dying laughing. And then he
And
comes out with it.
Corey Graves put him over like no other, bro. He was, what did he say? He said, out on bail, fresh out of jail. He was talking about fucking how Dominic's hard as fuck now, and how, bro, it was so funny. Props to
I love
Corey
it.
Graves, man. He really put him over. Corey
He,
Graves honestly been doing a job for two men ever since
he
Kevin
really
Patrick.
has.
Yeah, he's stepped up, man. He's stepped up, and he's been great.
I'm telling you, man, but this Dominic stuff has just been hilarious, bro. He sucks so bad on the mic, but in this, like, in the way he does it, it's fucking hilarious.
He's
It's
such a
so
deep
unserious, and I love it.
dude. I love it, bro. Dominic has genuinely became just a great comedy relief, but he's a comedy relief. And Jericho always says this on his podcast, but like if you're doing goofy shit, play it straight because that's what makes it funny when they're dead ass serious about what they're talking about and it's just fucking hilarious.
That's why the JS works,
Yep.
because that's the whole point of the group
They're
is
like, yeah, we're
being that
fucking
type of
sports
character.
entertainers.
Yeah, we're fucking we love sports entertainment. It's better than pro wrestling.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
they're not running around saying, oh, we're sports entertainers, or Dominic's not fucking running around, oh, I just got out of jail, I beat people up. I mean, no, he's playing the
He's
character like he dead ass just
dead
got
ass,
out of prison.
literally, and it's so funny. I love it.
And then the best part was the Judgment Day. They all stood up and they're all like telling
They're
Miz
all
to shut
pissed.
up because they know the fucking story's bullshit and fucking everybody's hyping them up. Oh, it was so funny, dude. It was so
They were like
funny.
comforting like niches. Like fucking
Oh
Miz
my
asked him how was prison like, and all Dominic said was, "Snitches get stitches." And then the Judgment Day were like, "It's okay, man. It's okay. You're not in there anymore. You could tell us." Like, yeah, me cracking up,
That shit
man.
was too funny, bro. So after this, we go into the tag team turmoil match. Honestly, the
Uh,
only cool thing about that was to see the Judgment Day kind of run the gauntlet, and then we did see a glimpse. We did see a pretty cool little bit with them in the Street Profits, and then we seen another cool little bit of Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander as a tag team again. So
yeah, that was really cool, man. That was really cool. Gauntlet match, and we actually haven't seen one of those in a minute, so I wasn't too annoyed about how we got a gauntlet match, basically.
mhm.
But I like it, man. I liked how I like, you know,
Okay.
yeah, okay, I can hear you.
Yes, when they brought up the idea of Dominic joining the match, Damian Priest looks so upset and Dominic just looks so scared. And he ends up wrestling the match and he's like, they're beating the holy hell out of him. The guy that just got out of jail and he's like pleading for mercy. It was so funny. But in the end,
I
the
love it.
Judgment Day get the victory, man. And this is what I like because even though they did some comedy skits, they ran the gauntlet and they looked pretty fucking cool at the end of the show, man.
Exactly.
So I will say that. And at the end of the day, or at the end of the show, the Usos come out again and they hold their belts up to the Judgment Day. And I'm going to really enjoy seeing faction on faction, seeing the Judgment Day
That's
actually
awesome.
against another group, a real group. Well, I mean, they were
Exactly,
facing the
bro.
OC, but a different group.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And I would love to see Dominic interact with the Bloodline. That'll just be hilarious in
Dominic
itself.
and Sami
And
Zayn,
not to mention the other, God,
that's
just the
just about to
two
be
fucking
funny as hell.
dorks.
That's just about to
And
be
then just
funny.
and Judgment Day, which is how fucking weird they are. Just fucking Bloodline having to deal with that. I'm actually really liking that matchup of factions. I really am.
Yeah, me too, bro. So, yeah, that was pretty much everything, man. That was pretty much everything for the week of wrestling. That was Monday Night Raw. Nothing really happened on SmackDown, man, other than Bray Wyatt and LA Knight got confirmed for their Pitch Black match. So, that was pretty much it. And, yeah, man, that's pretty much
Definitely.
everything. So with that, man, that is going to do it for another great edition of Notorious Unscripted, man. This has been episode 125 on Unscripted, man. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for another great edition of Unscripted. Apologize for keeping you guys late. Thank you guys for sticking with us through all the problems, man. And it has been always, always, always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Another great edition of Notorious Unscripted. This has been episode 125. Thank you guys. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Friday with the news.
Peace.
hit pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold when that's what you talk